Hey guys, I'm Danita Brown, and today we're going to be doing a full body mat Pilates workout. Let's come down to the mat to start. We're going to start with bridging. So you're going to lay down on your back. Arms can just be down by your sides, and we'll just start first before our bridging with a couple breaths. So you can take your hands and just wrap your palms right around your rib cage. Take a deep inhale in through your nose, and then exhale out through your mouth. Another deep inhale in through your nose, and then out through the mouth. One more deep breath like that, in through your nose, and then out through your mouth. Good. And then we'll just keep the feet planted down on the floor, separated about hips distance apart. Arms will press into the mat. We'll take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're just going to lift your hips straight up to the ceiling. Nice flat back motion. Take another inhale. As you exhale, you're going to melt your spine down to the mat, starting with the upper spine first, middle spine, tailbone. Again, we'll lift straight up to the ceiling. Take another breath in. Articulate the spine down to the mat. We exhale, lift, melt down just like a string of pearls, one vertebrae at a time. We'll do two more like that. Lift straight up to the ceiling, and then we melt down. Last one here. Perfect. Now let's try that articulation of the spine, but in both directions. So first step is we're going to do a little pelvic tilt to press that low spine down into the mat. We're going to start to lift the tailbone, the low back, middle back, upper back, all the way up into a high bridge, and then we'll melt down in reverse. We come down, returning to a neutral spine. Again, we imprint the spine and we lift. And then we melt down. Great, let's do two more like that. Imprint the spine and lift. And then we lower. We've got one more. And then we'll come all the way down to the mat. Take a little pause there. Now let's go into that hinge bridge again. So lifting straight up to the ceiling in that flat motion, but we're going to add a little surprise at the top. So we lift up into the high bridge. We're going to hold it. Here we'll open and close our knees, just like a butterfly. Two more. One more. And then we're just going to lower straight down to the mat. We lift straight up, open and close. You should feel this right in those outer glutes. Two more. And then we lower down. Let's do that two more times. Lift up, open and close. And then we lower down. Last one, we lift up for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll come down. Good. Take a little pause there. We'll do one last little challenge before we move on. We're going to do some bridging on our toes. So we're going to lift our toes, our heels, off of the mat. So you're up on your tippy toes, and then you're just going to lift straight up and lower back down without lowering your heels. So we lift and lower. Try to keep your heels lifted. Straight up and down. Lift and lower. On this next one, we're going to lift, hold it up there. You're going to lower your right heel, lift, left, lift, right, lift, left, lift. For 4, 3, 2 more. Last one. And then bring your hips all the way down to the mat. Let's stretch it out here. Reach both toes straight up to the ceiling. Pull in for a nice stretch. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. You can pull in here for a stretch. And then we're going to switch to the other side. Good. And then go ahead and relax here. We're going to bring the feet together. Lower them down to the floor. Your knees will just fall apart. And then we're going to take our hands and interlace them right behind our head. We'll take an inhale to start. As you exhale, you're going to peel your shoulders off the mat. And then lower back down. Exhale, peel up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Good. 3 more. Last 2. And last 1. Go ahead and lower all the way down. And we'll float the legs up into a tabletop. So make sure your knees are right over your hips, and then your knees and ankles are in line. So they're not up to the ceiling or hanging down. They're right here. And then we're just going to interlace the fingers again. Same thing we just did. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, we lift. Inhale, lower. 3 more. Last 2 here. Make sure you're breathing as you lift and as you lower for this last one. Good. Go ahead and relax. You can bring the feet down for a moment. We're going to stay here in this position, floating the legs back into tabletop. We're going to do our single leg stretch. So this time we're going to crawl up and hold it there. We're going to extend the right toes back in and then the left. Make sure you're pointing through your toe as you extend and switch, switch, and switch. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and relax here. Now we're going to come back into tabletop. This time we'll float the legs straight up to the ceiling with those toes pointed. Let's curl the head, neck, and chest up here. Really draw the belly in. We're going to lower our right toes down and then our left. Keep pulling that belly in as you lower. Don't allow that doming to happen. 4, 3, 2 more. Last 1. Go ahead and relax here. Nice. We have one last thing here in this position. We'll bring our legs into tabletop. We'll bring the hands behind the head. We're going to curl our head, neck, and chest up. We're going to draw this right elbow to this left knee as we extend that right leg. Come back through center. We'll switch to the other side. Let's do 4 more. One more on each side. And last 1. Good. Go ahead and lower your feet down. We'll just take a little spine twist here. Dropping both knees to the right, turn your head to the left. And then we can go ahead and switch over to the other side. Ooh. Great. And then let's go ahead and round up to seated. We're going to have our legs extended, nice and long. We're going to do a little bit of a spine stretch. So we'll start by taking a nice inhale, reaching up overhead. Exhale, you're going to fold down to your toes. Pause here so you can restack your spine 1 bone at a time. Take another inhale, reach up overhead. Exhale, we fold to the toes. Restack the spine 1 at a time. Let's do 2 more like that. Inhale up overhead. Exhale, we fold. Restack the spine. Last 1 here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down. Restack your spine. Pause right here. Good. Take the feet out nice and wide, at least the width of your mat. Bring your arms out to a T. Make sure you have a nice long spine so you're not relaxed in the back, but you're also not overly arched. We're going to take an inhale. Exhale, we'll twist to the left. And then we'll reach the fingertips on the outside of that left foot. Twist back to the center. Let's go to the other side. Reach back up through the center. Twist and reach. Center and twist. Now the other side. Reach. Let's do 2 more on each side. Last one on this right side. And last one. Good. Come back to the center. Go ahead and relax there. We're going to do some sideline work. So we're going to come down to our left side on the mat. A few options here. You can lay all the way flat with your arm extended. You just want to make sure you have a little space in between your ribs here and your side abdominals and the mat. So a little mouse house, just so you're not totally relaxed. You want a nice neutral spine. That's one option. You can also bring your hand like a little rest for your head, and then you have that option as well. So we're going to bring the legs out extended nice and long. And we have that little mouse house. We're going to start with lower and lift. So make sure your hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked. You can use this right hand as a kickstand as we lift straight up to the ceiling and lower. A little flex of that top foot as you lift and lower. Lift and lower. And we want to try to keep this upper half of our body nice and stable as we lift. Let's do 3 more. Last one. Go ahead and lower that foot down. We're going to pause here for a moment. We'll keep the leg straight. Let's do some kicks. So we're going to point the toe as we sweep the leg forward. Flex it to sweep it back. We want to try to keep the hips and shoulders stacked. See if we can do 3 more here. Last 2. And then last one. Good. Go ahead and lower that leg down. Still on this side. We're going to do some little circles. So we'll lift the leg up hip height, sweep it forward just a couple inches, and then we'll just do little circles to the front. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's reverse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Go ahead and relax that leg for a moment. We're going to bend the knees, glue the legs together. Still want to have that little mouse house here. Still want to have the hips stacked and shoulders stacked. We're going to do some clam. So the feet will stay glued together. We're just going to open and close, squeezing the glute. Let's do 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. Good. Go ahead and relax there. Last thing on this side, we're going to stay in this position where we're just going to lift the feet apart. And then we're just going to lower and lift from here. See if we can get 5 more in. Last 4. 3. 2 more. And last 1. Good. Go ahead and relax there. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and come up for a second here. We're going to come into a nice Z sit. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can always sit crisscross instead. We're going to do a little bit of arms here on this side. If you want, you can grab a weight. If not, you can just use your arms, or you can also use a band. So we're going to start with a little bicep curl. We're going to keep the left arm extended out. I'm just going to open, side bend. Good. We're here for 3. Last 2. On 1, let's go ahead and bend the elbow. You can use both arms to guide. We're just going to do little presses up overhead. See if we can get 4 more in here. Exhale, press. Last 2. And then 1 more. Good. Go ahead and lower your arms down for a sec. We're going to bring it to the front. Arms just going to extend straight up to the ceiling. Five more here. Last 4. 3 more. 2. And 1. Good. Go ahead and relax your arms for a moment. Now we're going to do a little bit of rotation. So we'll start to the left. You can use your weight or not. If you're using your weight, you're just going to hold it in between. You want to make sure the arms stay rounded. We're going to exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, go back to the center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back to the center. You want to make sure you pull those abs in nice and tight. Keep the shoulders relaxed as you twist. Let's do 2 more. Good, and then go ahead and relax here. We'll lower our weight down for a second. We're going to bring the left hand onto the mat, and we're going to reach the right arm up and over. Come back to the opposite side. Counter stretch. Again, reach up and over. Opposite side, counter stretch. Last one. And then up and over, counter stretch. Good. Go ahead and place your weight to the side. We're going to do a little bit of bird dog here. So we'll come onto all 4s. Make sure you have your wrist right underneath the shoulders and your knees right underneath the hips. Before we get started, let's just round the spine and then curve. Round and curve. 1 more. Rounding and curve. We'll come back to a nice flat back and neutral spine. Let's take the left hand, extend and hold it out to a T. Draw your belly in, nice flat spine. We're going to hold it for 3, 2, 1. Good. Go ahead and bring that hand back down to the mat. Let's do the same on the other side. Reach your right arm out to a T and hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring both hands down to the mat. We're going to extend the left leg back and we're going to hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and relax. Let's do the same on the other side. Reach the right toes back and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and relax. Let's go ahead and do a little balance challenge. We're going to reach the right fingertips first, extend the left toes back, and we're going to hold for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and relax. We'll do the same on the other side. Reach the left toes back, right fingertips forward, and we're going to hold for 3, 2, and 1. Good. One last thing here. We'll reach the right toes, left fingertips. We're going to hold, lower, and lift. Just for 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and relax here. Let's do the same on the other side. We'll reach the left toes back, and then the right fingertips, and then we'll lower and lift. Four more. Last 2 here. And last one. Good. Go ahead and relax. Separate the knees, send your hips back. Reach your arms straight through the center of your mat. We're going to walk both hands over to the left corner of our mat. And then now to the right corner of your mat. And then go ahead and come back up through center. We're going to switch our Z-sit around to the opposite direction now. And then we're going to do all of those arm exercises now on this side. So we'll start with that bicep curl. We'll reach that right arm out, and we're just going to bend and extend. We've got 3 more here. Good, last one. And then we'll go ahead and do that overhead press. So we'll bring both arms up, extend up overhead. Exhale, press, draw it back in. See if we can get 3 more here. Last 2. And then 1 more. Good. And then we'll just bring the arms through the center. We'll do that little press. Press it up for that exhale. Inhale, pull it down. Last 4. We got 2 more here. And then last one. Nice. Go ahead and relax the arms. Let's go into that oblique rotation. So we'll start facing to the right. Exhale as we twist to the left. And your head is on your spine. So you're twisting, turning your head at the same time. Like you have one straight spine that's fused together. Exhale, twist. Inhale back. And the shoulders are down and relaxed, whether you're holding your weight or not. See if we can get 2 more in here. Last one. Good. Go ahead and place your weight down to the side. We'll do that lateral bend. So we'll bring the right hand down to the mat, reach up and over with your left, and then counter on the other side. One more here. Perfect. And then let's come down to lying down. We're going to do that leg series, but lying down on this side. So we'll start all the way down on the mat. And you can find that comfortable position, whichever one you chose on the other side. Legs are extended. We got the hips stacked one over the other. Shoulders are stacked as well. And we have our little mouse house here. We're going to start with that lower and lift, a little flex of the foot as you sweep up and then lower down. So we exhale to lift, inhale to lower. We got 4 more here for 3, 2 more, and then last one. Good, let's pause there. We're going to point the toe as we kick forward with that toe pointed, flex to sweep back. Kicking forward and sweeping back, using that core to stabilize so that we're not sweeping forward and back, we're rolling forward and back. We're staying stable as we point the toe forward, flex the heel back. We're only going to do 2 more here. Last one. Good. Go ahead and relax there for a sec. Now let's go into those circles. So we lift the leg here, point the toe, maybe sweep forward just a couple inches, little circles forward. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we reverse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and relax that leg here for a moment so you can bend both of your knees. We still have our hips stacked, shoulders are still stacked, still have our little mouse house there. We're going to go into our clam. We squeeze to open and close. Exhale, squeeze it open, close. Squeeze. We got 4 more here. 3. Last 2. And then just 1 more. Good. Almost done with our leg series on this side. We're just going to separate the heels and then we'll just open and close. Good. 6 more. Starting to shake. 5, 4, last 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and relax it here. Rub that hip out a little bit. All right, let's lie down on our mat. So we're just going to lie down prone. And we want to point our toes behind. You can try to bring the legs together, but if that hurts your low back at all, you can just separate the feet. So point your toes, and then you're going to reach your arms in front of you. And this lift is going to come from that low back. So you're going to lift your toes off the floor, pointing your toes, and then reach your fingertips. And then go ahead and inhale, lower it down. So you exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Good, let's do that just a couple more times. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Last one. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Good. Go ahead and relax here for a second. Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do alternating so we can do a little bit of swimming. So as we lift, we're going to hold that so we can lift our left fingertips and right toes a little bit higher and then switch. You want to keep your pelvis nice and stable on the mat as you switch. So not rocking side to side. And we're just switching left and right. Let's pause here. And we're going to pick it up for a quick switch for 8, 7, 6, 5, almost done. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and relax here. We're going to bring the palms down to the mat. Keep the energy in your legs by pointing your toes and keeping those quads active. And we're just going to press and lift into a swan. And you want to keep your head kind of straight, your shoulders down and relaxed. So not curling the head back too much or lifting the shoulders into the ears. If you want to go a little bit further into your swan, you can maybe lift up a little further into your extension, but make sure your shoulders are down and back, away from your ears. If you don't have that extension quite yet in your spine, you can just hold here. You're reaching those toes back, keeping the legs activated, and then we'll just lower down. Let's do that again. Lift. Get a nice stretch in the abdominals. A little bit of extension in your spine. And then lower down. Last one. And then we're going to lower all the way down. Good. And then let's come up to seated here. Facing any direction. We'll just crisscross the legs. Have our hands resting nice and gently on our knees. We'll start in a neutral spine, so a nice straight spine. I'm just going to round. Inhale, lift up into an extension. Shoulders down and back from the ears. And then round. And lift. Good. Let's take that left arm, reach it up and over for that lateral bend. And then we open. Think of lengthening the spine and then reaching up and over. Nice. Take that left hand behind for a little bit of twist. Make sure you turn your head as well. And then we'll come back to the center. We're going to do the same on the other side. Reach the right arm up and over for a lateral bend. And then open, lengthen the spine, and then reach up and over. And then we'll take that left hand back for a nice, or right hand, sorry, for a rotation. And kind of press into that opposite knee to get a little more twist. And then we'll come back to the center. Let's take a nice deep inhale as we reach all the way up to the ceiling. And then we lower down. Another deep inhale to reach up. Exhale, press it all the way. And then you are all done. Thanks for joining me today. I can't wait to see you in our next workout. See you soon.